Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Fish119 here, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Call of Duty Vanguard Alpha. And now remember, guys, the Alpha is not the final build of the game. After the Alpha, we will have the Beta. And just to explain for people that don't game, maybe watch this channel on Alpha, it helps the developers to make the game better, so we can tell them, okay, there are issues with this certain thing. And same thing with the Beta, except the Beta has more multiplayer access, I guess I can say. But yeah, we're going to be doing a little review today, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get straight on into it. So, Call of Duty Vanguard, what is it, and why should you play it, or should you not play it? So, Call of Duty Vanguard is the latest Call of Duty game, the 2021 Call of Duty game, and it is set during World War II. The last game was set in the Cold War era, and the game previous was called Modern Warfare 2019, and this game is running on the same graphical engine as the Modern Warfare 2019 game, so you're going to be seeing a lot of similarities with this game in Modern Warfare, like with the movement and the gunplay. Now the gunplay does feel a little bit tad different, doesn't feel exactly like Modern Warfare 2019, but the movement feels almost the exact same. You're still as slow as you were in Modern Warfare 2019, so if you didn't like that game, in the movement of that game, maybe the gunplay, then this might not be the game for you. But remember, guys, this is just the alpha version of the game, so this is definitely not the complete version. We will have more multiplayer access coming up in the next few weeks. And what this alpha basically is, it was called the Champion Hill Alpha for Vanguard, which is Champion Hill, if you do not already know, is a 2v2 style tournament. And you have 8 teams of 2, and there's also a 3v3 version. And if you're playing 2v2, you have 12 lives, and each time you die, you lose a life. But there are little things that you can pick up on the map that can give you extra lives. It just depends on who is able to get it first. And so if you're able to get that life, then it gives you an extra life. So let's say if you die or you have full lives, then it gives you just some cash back. But currently you can see there are 4 maps. It's in this arena style of gameplay. This is definitely the worst one you're seeing right here, because of the destructible cover. But we'll get into that in just a second, why the destructible cover on some maps is not the greatest. So let's move on into more detail about this. So you might be finding yourself asking a question, why is the destructible cover potentially so bad but also good at the same time? Now on this map that you're seeing gameplay on, you can see that there are sight lines in each one of these gaps that I'm running towards right there. You can it's originally wooden, and you can blow holes in it, you can run through it, you can do all sorts of stuff in it. And what this allows for is some very, very, very campy play styles, but you can also use this to your advantage because, unlike in any other Call of Duty game, the cover is indestructible. You cannot destroy it, but within this Call of Duty game, you can destroy some certain doors and those wooden walls you see there. You can completely destroy those, and including this little airplane you're seeing right there, you saw right in the front. It has little wooden wings. You can shoot that off. The paneling of it, you can shoot that off. But it can enable some really campy play styles, especially in this game mode. Especially in this game mode, because this game mode is almost like a Battle Royale format on a 2v2 twist. Remember the 2v2 game mode from Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Cold War? This is basically that, except a different twist on it, like a Battle Royale type of twist. Be the last team standing. It's basically that, except it's 2v2 and 3v3. Hopefully you guys can understand that. As you can see, I'm going to be showing you guys right now 2 matches that I played. But back to the destructible cover, like I said, it can enable some really, really campy playstyles, especially in this game, because the whole point of this game mode is to survive at all costs, don't die. But it also can allow you to completely destroy the area that person is camping in. So let's say that person is behind the wall and you know that you can destroy that cover. You can shoot that cover, you can completely destroy it, or you can run right through it. But there's a problem with running right through it. Usually, in other games, if you were going to be able to destroy someone's cover, let's say if you're just running right through it, it's going to make a sound. But in this alpha version of the game, it makes absolutely no sound. And another thing that makes this completely worse is you can get a little bit of an aim assist, and you can also see their name tag above where they are. So if you're not supposed to be able to see where they are, let's say if they're behind a wall in like an original like Call of Duty game, you would not know that they were there. Like, you just wouldn't know that they were there. But in this game, because the cover is destructible, for some reason the aim assist will kick in, and it will point you slightly towards the target. This is only for PlayStation users. But it will tell you where the enemy is. It'll have their name tag above them, so you'll have an idea. So you can just blind fire directly into that area to where you think the enemy is, and you can potentially kill him or wall bang him. It's the same thing, killing wall banging. And that is a potential problem. And another thing that most people are not going to like is that doors are in this game too. Doors was a very, very controversial thing that they put in Modern Warfare 2019. But in this game, like I said, they are completely destructible, so it's not like in Modern Warfare, like they were made by some secret government agency and they made them completely invincible and indestructible. These you can destroy. So that is an upgrade, that you can destroy these doors. But it's also, I wish that there were no doors to begin with in Call of Duty. They just do not fit well. They promote a campy style of gameplay. But that is my opinion on the doors, and most of the community will say doors do not belong in COD. I think they belong fine in Battlefield. It doesn't really hurt anybody in Battlefield, but in COD it just does not belong. So let's move on to some other things real quick about the Call of Duty Vanguard Alpha. So some more things that I want to talk about in this little game. I already mentioned the gunplay system in this game. It feels similar to Modern Warfare 2019, maybe a tad bit slower than the time to kill in Modern Warfare 2019. So it gives you a fighting chance, but sometimes you absolutely do just get rinsed. And another really, really good thing that I like that most Call of Duty games do not have is actual recoil. Your guns are going to be hard to control at range, even up close, like with the gun I'm using right now, the Thompson. These guns definitely have recoil. So it is going to take you time to learn how to use these weapons, like in any other game like Battlefield or Rainbow Six. You are going to need to learn how to control your weapon at long range, because these guns do have recoil. It's not like any other Call of Duty games where they're basically just lasers. These guns, you have to learn how to control the recoil, or you're going to be losing a lot of gunfights. And that is something that I kind of like. It gives you a fighting chance. So let's say, I guess if you're a more skilled player, you're going to have the advantage in that scenario, because if a new player comes into the game, they're not going to be able to control that recoil, let's be honest, unless they are just godly as soon as they pick up their controller. But I do like that it creates a little bit of a skill gap to where, hey, if you cannot control recoil very well, you are not going to be doing well. In other Call of Duty games, they were kind of just lasers, but you still need a little bit of gun skill to be able to control them, but especially more so in this game, you need to learn how to control your recoil for your guns, especially with ones like the one I'm using right now, the Thompson. This has some pretty hefty recoil that comes along with it. So you definitely need to learn how to use that recoil patterns to your advantage. You need to learn it. So let's move on to some other things like the visibility in this game. The visibility is not the greatest. I do like the Modern Warfare graphical engine, but in some maps, exactly like this one, it's a little bit dark, and it can be really hard to see, because this is not a very bright map, as you can see. In this Champion Hill game mode, it's just not a bright map, so it can be very hard to pick out certain enemies if they're hiding in an area. You can not really see them, which is a pretty big problem. And another thing, when you get shot at, you've probably already noticed that your screen will turn completely black. And the health regen also takes a little longer than other Call of Duty games, which is definitely a gigantic downside. So it gives the person that is shooting you a huge advantage, because your whole screen turns black and you cannot see a single thing. and that is a huge problem. The development team sent out a little something on their on the game earlier this morning. I was not able to take a screenshot of it. Sadly, I was going to and put it in the video, but they already confirmed that they are already going to be working on that issue to where your entire screen basically will turn black, and it can make it nearly impossible to fight in some gunfights, especially if you don't have really good vision. It's just not fair, and so they definitely said they're going to work on that, and also the aim assisted walls, those destructible walls, they said they're going to be working on that. Another thing, but it's not really a huge deal, that I have noticed when you're shooting a gun at long range and you're just spraying, I have noticed that like the muzzle flash or like the smoke from your gun barrel, it can come up, and it can actually make it pretty hard sometimes to see what you are shooting at long range, especially if your gun has high recoil. It can make it pretty difficult to control that recoil because you cannot really see what you're aiming at. So let's move on to some other things, what the game did right, what the game did wrong, and what to expect potentially further on down the line. So there are some potential problems I could see potentially occurring, but remember guys, this is just a 2v2 and we have not played the 6v6 multiplayer aspect to this game yet. But I'm just going to mention some things that I think could be potential problems even though we have not seen the 6v6. So do not just diss the game just yet and say, oh, I did not like this game mode, so this whole game must be trash. No, do not do that. This game actually might have a chance of being pretty good. Let's just see what the 6v6 has to offer. But I am going to mention some things that I think could be a little bit concerning for the 6v6 side of things even though we have not played it. So this Champion Hill game mode, you know, it can be pretty campy at certain times, but I can understand that it's like a battle royale-esque type of deal. But the destructible cover, I can see how that can promote some campiness if that is going to be in the regular 6v6 multiplayer, which I am pretty confident that it's going to be. And I'm really not sure what to think about that because it has advantages and disadvantages to it. And I'm just not really positive how it's going to fit in the 6v6 multiplayer aspect of things. But I definitely can tell you when we do have the 6v6 multiplayer experience here in a few weeks on the beta, I will definitely give my opinions out on what that is like. Because this is just a small little tidbit of what we can expect from this game. So, yeah, I mean, there are problems and there are good things about the game too. Like I said, it is kind of similar to Modern Warfare, but not exactly similar to it. But that is just one thing to keep in mind. If you did not like Modern Warfare at all, which I know most of the community did not, then this probably is not going to be the game for you. But I can see how this game can be pretty good, and I can see how it's going to be pretty bad. One good thing that I have noticed is, like I already mentioned earlier, the developers were already telling us, hey, we're working on this, we're trying to fix these problems that you guys have been telling us, which is the whole point of the beta. The beta, or the alpha, we're in the alpha stage right now, the whole point of the alpha and the beta is just to let the developers know, hey, there is something wrong with this, we don't want this in the game, we need this to be fixed. So, it already is a good sign that in the first day of it being out less than 24 hours, they're telling us, hey, we're working on this. And we will just have to see what the beta version of this game is going to be like, because that is, I'm not sure if it's going to have a Champion Hill game mode with it. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the 6v6 experience. But we'll have to see. But I'm going to make more judgmental things on this game when I get the hands-on experience with the 6v6. Because this is just a small little tiny game that's barely anyone I bet is going to play. I don't think anyone's really going to play this game mode very much. I'm mainly the 6v6 person, most of the COD community is, and also Battle Royale. But we will just have to see what the 6v6 has to offer. But final opinions of this video, it was a decent game mode, and it did some things pretty well. It also did some things pretty bad, like the visibility I mentioned earlier. That was not the greatest. But we will just have to see what ends up happening with this 6v6, like I keep saying. But I have some pretty high hopes for this game. Let's just see what Sledgehammer and Activision end up doing to this Vanguard game. Let's hope they don't screw it up like they did Cold War and Modern Warfare. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I'm just gonna leave you guys with a little bit of some gameplay just left. It's like 3 or 4 minutes with no commentary, just so you can watch them if you so choose to. And I hope I see you guys in the next YouTube video I make. And thanks for watching, and peace out. And also, one more thing I forgot to mention: the sound design of this game. The guns in this game do not sound good at all. It's very, very hard to tell sometimes where the gunshots are coming from in this game, so it can make it hard to tell, like, okay, where is the enemy, where am I getting shot from? And they just do not sound punchy like in any other Call of Duty games. I mean, it sounds cool when you reload them, that's about it. And when you throw the grenades, they sound cool when you like pull the pin and throw it, but that's about it. The sound design definitely needs to be worked on. Character movement, it's definitely not the greatest because you can barely hear where the characters are. Besides that, the sound design, I guess, is pretty decent for this game. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this video, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
You got 10 seconds. Right, take a breather, you lot. Nice work wrapping that up. That's it. Take. One life left to live. Make it count. Team's eliminated. Take a breath and get back out there. Oh, you were so close.